within 5 minutes. Okay, just a second. Okay. Hey, everyone. My name is Marin from Kaler. I'm the CEO of Kaler, and we are a marketplace partner based in Croatia and Germany. So we innovate Jira and Confluence app, but only for Confluence Cloud. And today I will introduce you to our most popular Confluence app. It's a MacroSuite for Confluence. And we will focus today on the topic about how to create and structure more engaging Confluence pages. So, sorry. One of the biggest pain points that Atlassian users or the Confluence users is the lack of engagement, which leads that the information you share in Confluence is getting lost. So that also leads to lower collaboration, knowledge sharing, and we can never build a learning organization, which is actually the goal of every company, especially the products company. So second, as the research shows, 90% of information transmitted to a brain is visual. So, and visuals are processed up to 600 times faster than language. And you will see right now, and I will show you right now, other pain points other Confluence users has. So some mistakes that many Confluence users do is, first one is a chaotic Confluence pages, which makes it hard to easily find some information. So you can see some funny memes on the right side. I'm not responsible for that. It's my team because they love memes. So the second one is cluttered pages with too much text. So you all know when you receive an email with a lot of text, it's usually that you are not reading it. The same situation is with Confluence. So if you have a Confluence page with a lot of text, you usually check how much time I need to read it all and probably skip half of the content you have there. And the third one is the boring pages without colors, without visually appealing elements. So another meme here on the right. So what I will do right now, I will open my Confluence and I will show you two pages, the one with pain points and the one with MacroSuite app. So let's go to Confluence. That's our Confluence dashboard. And I'm going to the first page. So I'm announcing the after work Appy Hour. So what we are going to do, we invited one bartender from New York, and he's going to mix some cocktails with the team. So we have a time and venue. We have something about the bartender called John Masters. We have some information about what to bring and prepare for our cocktail evening. So you need to be minimum 18 or 19 years old in US to attend. So if you have some juniors developer, they will stay at home. Then some cocktails we are going to present with the pictures. So it's called John Specials. As you can see, it's a Confluence, Martini, Jira Spritz, Macros Mule, and Cosmopolitan, because Cosmos is another app from us. After that, we have another party, because we love parties. We have it in a bar called Discotheque, and we shared also information. So all informations are there. I think too much text, boring, without visually appealing elements. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to open another page. So as you can see, what we did is we created a big banner with most important information, like it's visually appealing, it will attract you to click or learn more and go somewhere, or it will actually attract you to read more. Instead of having the information in panel, we used a macro called announcements. So you can have a title, you can have a date, some more information, the location, time. It's actually working with all time zones. And we can also do is you can say I'm coming, or you can revoke if you're coming or not. Then we have some information about John Masters, and I think it's better if you have an image of him mixing the cocktails than just a text. So you know who's responsible for your cocktail night. Then we are sharing information about cocktails, again with pictures, but within cards. It's more visually appealing than having only a text with images. Then we have some more cards. It's again better engaging content. We have a countdown timer starting for 23 hours, it's tomorrow. And then what we have also done, we took some pictures and impressions from our last event, and we created an image slider. So how we did it, I will go to edit mode, and I will show you two macros. So the first one is Designer. It was planned that it's a page builder for Confluence, but I'm always using it as a header image because I think the header image is very important. It's attracting users. So I will go to edit mode now, and I will show you what you can do. So there is a whole layout. You can create a new section. You can move elements. If you go here on the left side, you can add title, text, announcements, cards, buttons. So everything what is very popular within Confluence and MacroSuite, we added in a Designer. You can also have information like news, show some people. You have a lot of image options, embed options like YouTube, Google Maps. For example, here will be a use case for Google Map, but it's actually very easy. If you want to show something, you're just drag and dropping it here, and you will see the content. So I'm going to close it now because I don't want to change it. And then I will switch to cards. Cards is definitely the most popular macro from MacroSuite. We have more than 500 events, so more than 500 times people are using cards in a Confluence on a monthly level. So what you can do here is you can create a beautiful and different cards, and our focus is on templates. Why templates? Because maybe you have 1 or 2 employees within your organization who love to create engaging macros, but actually we believe that it should be easy and predefined. So we have a lot of templates. You can just open it here, pick one of the best options for your use case, or you can save it for a future, save it within the library and use it for a future. Because what I think it's believed that you can create a content that will be easily used later, so that we have all the same cards within Confluence, so that we don't have too many colors, so that we are focused on corporate colors and so on. So you can easily change the style. So for example, it's the new one called Las Vegas, or you can go with Porto, and then it's more engaging. I'll keep San Francisco. I will publish the page, and I hope that we will have a lot of attendees because this page was amazing and engaging. And thanks again to my team because of nice memes. So that's it, and thanks. Greetings from Croatia.
Thank you so much. That is a really exciting app for Confluence. Next up, we have Michele presenting Space Tools Pro for Confluence.
All right. First of all, welcome everyone. Let me share my screen so that we can start. Here we go. Great. As I said, welcome. My name is Michele. I'm a marketing manager at Decadus. We are a platinum marketplace partner of Atlassian. We've got a variety of apps for Jira and Confluence on the marketplace, one of which is Space Tools Pro, the app we're going to talk about today. And yeah, so today's topic, I want to show you around the art of administration and how to empower Confluence administrators and users to succeed in their daily challenges. Bear with me, it's a long name, but we're going to have some fun with Confluence and Space Tools Pro. And before we start with demo and all that, some of you might know him, Sun Tzu. He's an ancient philosopher from China. And he allegedly said that the supreme art of administration is to subdue the enemy without fighting. And since we don't want to look like this guy here, who does seem to have a lot of fun working, I want to show you some functionalities of Space Tools Pro. And yeah, let's start with the enemy we're facing. The enemy is called restricted administration across spaces. So if any one of you have tried to work on several spaces at once and do work on different spaces, you might have noticed that it's quite hard and you've got some restrictions within Confluence out of the box. And basically that's exactly where Space Tools Pro jumps in with the, as we call it, heart of the app, the Space Navigator on the left-hand side. It provides you with a lean and very clean tree structure of spaces, pages, subpages, and all that, and able to manage your content. And yeah, rather than telling you and showing you a picture, let's jump right over to Confluence. So as I said, this is the Space Navigator. And we're just going to select 2 spaces, let's say customer Y and customer X and Y. Takes a second, and now we've got the two spaces here. So we can open them either with just clicking on the left-hand arrows here, or just on 3 dots where we got the action, items, and expand all pages. Great. So in this use case, I think you might have noticed that customer X and customer Y have a quite different structure of a page structure in the space, which we don't really want to have, because we would like to have one special structure for every customer, so that everyone can find everything. Since we're missing customer profile and the system information in customer Y, let's just select these 2 pages, click on more action, and just slide copy them. We select our target space, customer Y, the parent page, which is customer Y homepage. Options, yes, we want to copy everything. And here we go. You can see now that Space Tools Pro is copying these 2 pages. And now again, we can expand all pages, and we've got now customer profile X and Y. What we're going to do now is change the names here, and of course, ring our colleague who's responsible for customer Y that he has to put some information in these pages. And yeah, just like Marin said before, templates are a really good thing. And I think every one of us knows page templates and does work a lot with page templates. But I want to introduce you to a space template, which can be easily created and used with Space Tools Pro. Let's just start one for the customer. Create a space, so customer template with a name, and as you can see, the space key is automatically created according to what I used as a space name. And now we've got the new space here. And let's just start with the customer profile. Sorry. Just some brackets, so we know that there has to be the customer name. And for meeting notes, I don't want to have some usual page as a meeting notes, but I want to create a page from template. So let's do that. And yeah, again, select the template, meeting notes, create. And here we go. We've got the meeting notes. If you want to have a look at it quick, there it is. New page, meeting notes, brackets, with all the information from the template. So now it's missing only the system information. Sorry. The system in, well, good one. Now I put the system information underneath the meeting notes, where we don't want to have it. But with Space Tools Pro, it doesn't matter at all, because you can just drag and drop the page 1 level up, and we're back on square one of where we want to have the page located. And yeah, let's just skip creating the last pages and go secure our template. Since we don't want anyone to mess with it or just change the structure, we can restrict the access within Space Tools Pro just in a few clicks. Select the pages and bulk restrict. So we're able to restrict the pages within Confluence, and view access is fine, and we can view it, but only I should be able to edit it and save. So now we've got an entire template, a space template for everyone to use to copy with Space Tools Pro, and we are sure, or we have a guarantee, that our customer spaces will always look the same, which is great. And yeah, that's basically it from my side. All I got to do now is say thank you very much. And yeah, Space Tools Pro is also available for the data center. It's called Space Admin there, with a different name, but basically it's the same functionalities and even more. And yeah, thank you very much for your time, and have fun with the remaining demos.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michele. Next up, we have Grecia presenting Comala document management.
Hi, everyone. I'm Grecia Camacho. I am one of the solution advisors in Appfire. And first, I'm just going to ask you if you ever have been in a situation for that you need to chase down a coworker to approve a document because it's very hard to keep him in the loop, or maybe you just need an easy way to track documents for approvals, if just for compliance or policies or any other reason. Today, I will show you in 5 minutes how Comala document management simplifies document control and collaboration between your Confluence. So I'm going to start showing my screen right now. Can you see my screen, guys? Solid Technology. Okay, perfect. So today we're going to talk about Solid Technologies. Solid Technologies is a company that wants to have a weekly happy hour to encourage their employees to go to the office. But before that, let's help them to have a wiki with all the policies that they need, that needs to be reviewed by their main holders before the inaugural days. Because I'm one of the main coordinators for this event, I want to create a approval workflow for one policy. So me as a space admin, I will go to my space settings, and then I will click into Comala document management. And you guys will see the space workflow configuration. If Solid Technology happen to have one main approval workflow for all the documents in this space that we have for the happy hour, they just can enable the space level, and you see different settings and utilities that you will see for this type of feature. But because we have alcohol and different reviewers involved, now we're just gonna disable this and we're gonna have our workflow for a page level. Okay, first thing that I will show you guys is just like, I'm gonna click here in the edit workflow, and there's like the co-editor that is for more trigger events. So we're just gonna go the visual builder. Okay, guys, this is like where all the magic began. You can see, you can add here states, approvals, due dates, and I'm gonna show you what I did in this workflow. So first, I changed the name of the workflow so I can save it. And I changed the name of this state. So I put a draft and I add the due date. With a due date, my document will be always up to date because I will receive a notification. Then I add an approval. So with Comala, you have 2 ways to add an approval. The first one is like you can create your document and then you can add the reviewer, but also you have the automatical way. So if you have a reviewer that is always going to be for that type of approval process, you just can add here. In this case, Jamie is the one who has to review the document. If I have a group of reviewers, you have the minimum approval options. And we have also like advanced options like e-signatures for compliance, for example. Okay, I'll show you everything that I did to this workflow. So quickly, we're just going to go to the document that I want to apply that workflow. So this is a policy that I want to apply. We're going to go here and I'm going to add the workflow. I'm going to add the workflow right now. And first thing you will see the 3 main templates of Comala document management. So you need to scroll down and go to the workflow that we just created. I'm going to apply that. We're going to wait until it's go. I'm going to refresh the document just in case. And now you'll see this is the visual key indicator that will tell me in which status my document is. If I click there, you'll see that Jamie is like pending to review, and also we have like the due date. So this is an easy way to keep Jamie and me over the top of this document. Another cool thing about Comala document management is that it has like macros that will tell you information regarding the workflow. For example, I'm going to click edit here and it will show you they have the document state, document approval, document activity. So document approval, for example, is to see the reviewers that are pending. Also, you can see the dates when they approve the document. You also see like document activity, which is like all the great data behind the workflow and so on. And the coolest part is like you can export this into a PDF. So if you need a document in a PDF and you need information about your approval process, you can do that with those macros. This is very helpful for compliance, for example. And then if I want to see all my documents, I want to see the status of all the documents, I just click in the document report and I can see all the status that my documents are between this space. So I will see dates, I will see reviewers, pending reviewers. For example, I have Claudia here and Bella. I have expiration dates, and there are also filters. So if I want to see me as a reviewer, I want to see the documents that I need to review, I can just click here and I see all the documents that I need to review. So this is how Comala Document Management will help Salud Technology to have a streamlined approval for all the documents or for each document here, and it will automatically route me and the reviewers. I can see also my documents pending approvals, reviewers, and so on. And also for new users, you have the Getting Start page, which is under Apps. You click Comala Document Management, and you will see here like interactive demo, use cases, and support. So that's everything for me now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Grecia. So many great features in that app for our customers. Next up, we actually have Christian Klossner joining us from Binary, and he's going to share recording as Adrian was unable to join us live today, and he'll be presenting Breeze document management and archiving for Confluence.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm just going to share the video, but if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them afterwards.
Hi, Adrian here, co-founder of Binary. Now, I can't make it today in person, but Christian is here to answer all of your questions, and I'm happy to participate via this pre-recorded demo. So without further ado, let's start. So I like to talk about Confluence, and you know that Confluence is a great tool for creating a knowledge base and sharing ideas with others. And you create pages, you create more and more pages and more spaces. And suddenly over time, there's ever-growing uncontrolled information everywhere. So you have many outdated pages, clutter, and an overall low content quality. And that actually is a severe problem because people spend more time with discussions and asking whether pages are still relevant. And that is bare money lost each and every month. That problem we want to solve with Breeze, which I'm happy to show you now. Let's begin with the overview component of Breeze. For a selected space, this shows all pages of that space, the current content relevance, the date when the page has been last updated, when it has been last viewed, all of the contributors, and also the page owners. Now you might ask, well, where do these labels here come from? And that's a good question. And they are the result from a workflow that is assigned to this space. A workflow has a name, and it has rules for applying the label review required and the label archivable. And these will be applied when pages haven't been updated for a while or haven't been viewed for a while. And you can specify the numbers here. In this example, all pages will be labeled as review required that haven't been updated since 90 days or haven't been viewed since 60 days. And of course, you also want to have notifications, and you can select from predefined roles like the page owner or the space owner, which is introduced by Breeze, or the last contributor, page creator, stuff like that. Or you could also notify individual persons, like in this example, Annika or Molly. Okay, so you specify these workflows and assign them to spaces, and Breeze will automatically execute these workflows in certain intervals. By default, it's every 4 weeks. And Breeze will label your pages as review required and as archivable, and will identify these outdated pages for you. And Breeze will also create an analysis report for each space with an assigned workflow, and the latest report is linked here. Now, the first part of the report gives you important metrics about your space, like what is the quality and what has changed since the last report. You see the total number of pages and the pages marked as up to date, review required, archivable, and the number of pages that are excluded from the analysis. Now you can exclude pages where you already know these won't change over time, like your brand material, your corporate ID, and stuff like that. Below this is the list of pages to review or archive, and Breeze mentions users to review their pages. And by this, they will receive a notification via email and via this bell icon on top. And Breeze does not need to access your email addresses, so it does not access any PII-related data and has the highest data privacy possible. So how does the review process now look like? Well, on top of each page, we have a little content status indicator. And this shows you in this example that the page needs a review. You also see the page owner. Now, the person can review the page and can now decide, well, it's still up to date, so everything is fine and everything is reset. Or the person might decide, well, we don't longer need the page, so I mark it as archivable. And I maybe give a little comment explaining why it's no longer needed. And this widget is also the place where you can define the page owner. And you can also select a person and decide that this owner owns all children of that page, so the complete page tree. And it's also the place where you can decide to exclude pages. Exclude either one page or all pages of the tree, so they won't be analyzed in the future. Now, to make it even more convenient for you, we also have this review component. And this gives you a flat list of pages of that space that are marked as review required. So you see all pages to review in a single list. And you can filter for individual users just by clicking the avatar. So now Michael is responsible for these pages, and we can deselect him here. And what's also very nice is we see the review duration, like how many days have passed since the pages have been labeled as review required, which gives you some information about how good is your review process. Now we also have this archiving component, same idea. It's a flat list of pages marked as archivable of that space. And here we see the reviewer's comment explaining why the page is no longer needed. And here the person in charge of archiving or deletion can now deselect all pages or individual pages and can archive or delete them, which is always bulk archiving. Okay. Finally, we also have the analytics component. This gives you a visual overview, a visual graph of how you are hopefully improving in terms of your space quality. And last but not least, we also have this spaces component, which is absolutely great because it gives you an overview over all of your spaces, and you see the total number of pages, the pages that are up to date, review required, archivable, excluded, the health score, and the associated workflow, all of this in a single view. And you can deep dive. For instance, for this space, you can just drill down and select, I want to see all pages to review, and it brings you directly into the review component of that space. Well, you could also filter by category. For instance, you can select all spaces of your knowledge base and see these spaces, or you could filter by space owner and see all spaces owned by that person and see how these perform. Now, Breeze also has an extensive data export functionality. Here you can decide to either download all data of this space or of all spaces with assigned workflows. And this gives you all data, really all information, pages, page owners, events when pages have been last updated, etc., which can be used in data studios and spreadsheet applications for further analysis. So that is Breeze, a powerful content lifecycle management solution for Confluence Cloud that keeps your Confluence free of clutter, removes outdated pages, and saves you bare money. Thanks for listening, and bye-bye.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Christian and Adrian. Looks like a great app. We did also have one question come through for you, Christian. It is for Breeze, who can see the menu of it? Is it Confluence admins or each space admin that can see that content?
Oh yeah, thanks for asking, Daniel. The app is visible for all users, and all users can go to the space and see the different components, but only space admins can change the settings, like assigning a workflow or deleting, archiving pages, but it's visible for all users. Because users can go into the app to review pages and archive and look at the archived pages, but otherwise the app uses the permissions defined in Confluence for each of your spaces.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We did have another question. It's kind of interesting. I think it's about Confluence as a whole, not any of these specific apps, but do any of your apps have a plugin that would help someone simply download a PDF from a Confluence page with all comments made on it? Currently, this person is trying to attempt to download a PDF, but it only downloads the PDF, not the comments. Does anyone solve for that? Okay. No worries. I'm going to screenshot this question, Michael, and I'll get back to you with some recommendations. If you can shoot me a message with your email, that would be great. Or
I can only say that third-party apps are not working properly with PDF export, some of them. So it's very hard to make it working because of a lot of use cases.
Agreed. Awesome, y'all. Any other questions before we move on to the poll? All right. Let's get started. All right, please take a few minutes to vote for your favorite app demo today. While we are polling people, there was actually one more question that just came in. Do either of the review apps hide the draft page until the review has been approved?
We have an additional app in Comala Document Management. We have Comala Publishing, which separate the draft space and the public space. So you will have an approval process in your draft space. And once the document is approved, it will seek that information to the public space, the target space. This is an additional app that works great in that type of situations.
Yeah, and Breeze hides draft pages automatically. So only published pages are shown in the overview and are analyzed during the analysis.
Awesome. Thanks, y'all. We'll give everyone a couple more seconds. Go ahead and cast your vote. Looks like a few people still haven't. All right. It looks like our winner today is Grecia, presenting Comala Document Management. Thank you, everyone who joined. We'll go ahead and post a recording of this webinar on the App Central group in the community next week. Please do stay tuned for any future events. And just so you know, all of our demo participants will receive our special Appy Hours badge on the Atlassian Community. Hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.